All my overthinkers, unite. I'm anticipating something that may or may not occur and allowing it to hold me back. People are gonna have their thoughts. Girl, people having their thoughts right now. I went through a period of, I was like, I don't even deserve like happiness like that. I'm like, there's no one else that feels like this, that feels the way that I do about this. I think now I've become so good at putting on that mask of being like, everything's good. It's not because I'm trying to put out people pleaser content, it's that I would like them to receive it and be pleased with my content. You know, when it be them people where it's like, they're like watching and then they look to their friend and then they talk to their friend and then they go back and they give you that eye. Comparison is really the thief of all joy. I know we've heard that. The fear of the unknown to me is also a thief of my joy as well. We will throw adjectives at you all day and try to hope that you fit that narrative and try to be like, yes, you are this. If you are an overthinker like me,
all I know is we could go anywhere, we could do anything, go ahead.
Hi guys, welcome to Keynotes with Kaya. I am your host Kaya, and today we are going to be discussing the topic of overthinking and lightly touching, I think, on realism as well. I believe that it'll probably go hand in hand, depending, but this is a very like off the dome. I did not like script. Normally I have prompts because I digress a lot, but this I didn't. I just had a lot on my mind for the past 2 days, and I thought I should come on here and share with you guys. I like to brand this as an authentic podcast and a place where I can, try to be as transparent. And every time I post a video, I am working more and more and more on accepting what might come with this podcast, my channel, the brand in general. And I will kind of deep dive into that a little bit later, like as this video goes on. So I just wanted to express, if that's okay. I know that normally I come on here and we talk about self-improvement, right? We're talking about growth. We're talking about just like different topics and really trying to get down to the nitty-gritty of it. And this will be getting down to the nitty-gritty, but I also would like to come on here and talk about my journey through some stuff, right? Because that might help some people. We all feel in certain circumstances that we're alone and that no one else is going through this and that no one will understand what we're going through, because I've been in that position before as well. And then when you find out that other people have gone through this, it's like, I don't want to say like a weight off your shoulder. It just makes you feel like, oh my gosh, like I can get through this too. I can do this. Other people can understand, can relate to this. And so it doesn't make you feel like, I don't want to say like dumb, because I've been through certain situations. For example, I've been through like breakups and everything. And I'm like, the red flags were obviously present, right? I just decided to ignore them, or I decided that I had on, them rose-colored glasses and they weren't really red to me. And with that, coming out of it and just going through so much, I'm like, there's no one else that feels like this, that feels the way that I do about this. And then when you talk to other people and you open up, because vulnerability has been something that I have struggled with almost my entire life, honestly. And I kind of know where it's derived from. I believe it was the way that I was raised. And it's not blaming my parents or anything. I'm the eldest sibling, right? I take on the burdens of my younger siblings. If they were going to get in trouble, most likely I would step in and be like, oh no, I'll get in trouble for you. Like, I did not want to see them hurt. I didn't want to see them crying. I didn't want to see them getting in trouble. I wanted to take on that pressure because I knew I got it. I knew I could handle it, and I knew I would recover from it. And so in a way that kind of doesn't hold them accountable either for their actions, but also it turned me now as an adult where I feel like I can gaslight myself into certain situations. Like, I'll take on the fault. Now that they're older, I try to steer away from that. I'm like, you're grown. Like, you made that mistake. You gotta, do the crime, you pay the time kind of thing. But I realized that I tend to fault myself in every situation. I'm going through a bad, relationship, and I'm getting out of it, and I'm like, all of this is my fault because I allowed him to do this and I allowed him to do that, and like it's all my fault basically. And it's like, well, no, you didn't really do anything wrong. Yeah, there's certain things that I did wrong within it, right? But as far as like allowing certain things to happen and not taking advice from other people, because there were other people that would be like, I don't know about that. There were certain situations where it's like, okay, I could have done this a little bit better, but because I was like that as a child, like I've now developed, like it's only really my fault, and I mainly blame others. And I think that comes from also my logic with that was I expect other people to make mistakes. I expect them to be human and make human errors, but I don't expect that from myself. Once again, going back to me thinking that I'm some, I don't know, perfect robot. Even robots have malfunctions. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing perfect. So I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. And that brings me to like my realism, just being realistic. Like, you're going to make mistakes, right? This is something that we all know. This isn't some new phenomenon, right? I'm not just like, this isn't new news, you know? But it's the fact that even when you make that mistake, I would beat myself up for making that mistake, and I would stay beating myself up about it. Mentally going to bed, like even in a way it's like, okay, I don't even deserve this. I went through a period of I was like, I don't even deserve like happiness like that, because I mean, look at all these errors and look at the stuff that I've done, and that's not a positive, nor is that's not even rational. That's not even like the way that that's supposed to go in general. So I've tried to steer myself from around that. But I think also growing up, people also saw me, and people probably still see me as this as well, as someone who is like no issues. Like I put on, and I've become really good at it since I was younger. I had to just put on a good face and act like I want to be here. Act like I want to do this. Act like I want to be a part of this, and I don't. And if I didn't put on that good face, I would get in trouble. I would get a beating or yelled at, whatever the case may be. I would get in trouble. I think now I've become so good at putting on that mask of being like, everything's good. There's nothing wrong. Like, I got it. Even when I was going through a bad situation, no one knew I was going through a bad situation, and it was for multiple reasons, but the main one being I didn't want anyone to know I was going through a bad situation because I was embarrassed that I was going through it. I almost think that like that mask is, first of all, the mask is not good in general. I don't know when you would ever need to like, I can imagine a lot of different scenarios where I would need to use that mask. It's just not real though. And I always prided myself in being a real person, right? Like someone who is like one of the most realest people that you'll meet. I've always said that about myself. Yeah, I'll put on this mask and act like everything's okay and everything's good when it's not. So it's like a part of being real is also showing when you're down. And it doesn't mean that I have to come on here and expose myself to the internet, which I'll get to a little bit later. But it just means that in real life, in real time, like if I'm having that bad day, you can have that bad day. I don't like to spread negative energy. That's why you guys see every time I try to come on here, I try to, boost it up and give good energy, because someone else could be going through a bad day and could be watching this podcast, and this is literally the light of their life. Like they literally love when I post and they're like, oh, like Kaya posted, I feel so much better now. Like, and that's what I would like to build. I go to my favorite YouTubers and I see their comment section. They're like, so-and-so post, I'm so happy. Like my day is made. I'm scrolling through YouTube so bored. I didn't know what to watch. I'm so happy that they posted, right? And I would like to be that for other people, that inspiration for other people as well. But another reason why they like them is because they're real. They come on there, they show their true colors, whether it's the good times or whether it's the bad times, whether it's the ugly times and whether it's the, prettier times. And they show that. And so I'm like, if I strive to be that, and I watch them because of that, right? That's the one thing that I love about them. And so I'm like, if I strive to be that, then I need to embody that, and I need to showcase that to you guys as well. So it's not that like I'm putting on a fake a facade though. When I do come on here and I'm bubbly like that, I genuinely am in that mood. Even when I record my YouTube video, my like vlogs and everything, right? Because I would like to I do podcast material, right? I like to create timeless material for you guys when it comes to my podcast. But I also do entertainment and lifestyle because that is the stuff I like to do outside of doing self-improvement videos. I love like recording my day-to-day stuff or recording stuff that went wrong. Like I like that. I really do enjoy that. And so that's why you guys will get the duality of my life, and that's why I keep it on here, and it's not like a separate channel. Now maybe once, if this gets bigger, I might put it on a separate channel. But for now, I do like the fact that it's like both together. And so for the people who come here for the good conversations and everything, they can come in, they can watch this, and they know it's going to be on that channel. They know it's going to be there. For those who want to spam the vlog, just watch it through and do a little marathon, they can do that, right? So I'm trying to become more vulnerable, and I even brand myself as that, right? I'm like, oh, this is a authentic podcast. This is a transparent place, right? And it's like, that means that this is a vulnerable place, the place where I would like to be vulnerable. But I think I shy away from that, not only because sometimes it makes me uncomfortable, but because I'm also afraid of what the internet might say about it, right? I might not be like big right now, but every time I post a video, I imagine like 3 million people watching it, because I want to make sure that, one, yes, I'm posting quality, but two, I'm like, I don't know, when you post these videos, and YouTubers and content creators who do this, they don't know what video might be the one to blow them up, right? It might be the one of them crying, talking in their bathroom about a very, traumatic situation. And that's the one that blows up because maybe it's relatable. Maybe, it might blow up for the good reasons, but it could also blow up for bad reasons. And that's what I'm afraid of. That's where the overthinker comes in. Is I'm scared that if I post this video and it goes viral, that it's going to get negative feedback, that people won't actually like what I have to say, or people will like come at me. And I think that's part of being in this realm though. It comes with the territory, but it's like, am I really ready to handle the territory? Because I thought I was, right? Before I started this, I was like, that's fine. Like, people say whatever they want about me all the time, and it doesn't bother me in real life. It does not bother me. I'm like, okay, whatever. You're sad in life, like blah, blah, blah. Go about your day. But when it's on the internet and it's a comment and it's like, it's there for you to read, and I'm already overthinking about the content I put out anyway. I'm already like, oh my gosh, Kai, you said that. Let me like take that down. Let me like do this. Let me do that. Like, literally, I was overthinking on a video that I'm posting this week. And in it, I said, I recorded this February 1st, okay? It was from a little bit ago. But I said like, oh, happy February 1st, everyone. But I didn't mention Black History Month. And I was like, oh my gosh, are people going to like go on me? They're going to like attack me because I didn't mention like Happy Black History Month, even though in another podcast episode I did mention Black History Month. But I was just like, I got so like anxious, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to take out that part. I removed that part of the video. I did remove it, but I'm coming on here telling you guys that. And also, it just wasn't relevant anymore because it's not February 1st anymore. Like, by the time I posted, it'd be like February 20th. So I was like, there's no need for me to really even say that's not relevant. And also, I noticed that in my videos, I do a lot of chatter. The old ones, before I started the podcast, I do a lot of chatter. And because I come on here and I chat, we don't need like the dual chatter. Like, I just don't want to go into a whole long spiel in my vlogs and then spiel on here. It's a lot in my opinion. But if people like it and they want that to stay, let me know and I can keep that stuff in there. But yeah, I was literally overthinking. No one told me anything, guys, okay? No one was like, oh, Kaya, like, you're wrong for this. There's no comment section. Like, I haven't seen any, like, hater on my YouTube channel. Thank God, prayerfully, I never will. We all pray for positivity all the time, right? But also, I know that that's not realistic, right? I know that there might be one, and I don't know how I'm going to handle that, and I don't know what that looks like. And because I cannot guess and I cannot pinpoint and I can't foresee what that might look like, I get anxious and I start overthinking. Guys, I was literally overthinking if I want to record this. I was sitting there like, should I even record this video? Should I even record any more videos? Because of my mind This isn't anyone else putting this stuff in me. This is my brain. So imagine once other people start feeding their opinions into me and putting it on the channel and, responding and commenting, because I leave my comment sections open because I like interaction. And I believe that people have an opinion, that you should be able to say it, but that doesn't mean that I want to see a negative opinion, but I cannot control that, and it's out of my control. And that's where the control freak comes out of me, of it being out of my control, because if I can showcase, I'm scared that people are going to judge me and look at me as a negative person, because I've been that someone who can be mean and negative and a pessimist. Like, I've been labeled as these things before in the past. And so I'm scared that people are going to try to only take that portion of that part of me and create a narrative and feed it into YouTube, and then it's gonna go in the algorithm and it's gonna blow up, and now a video is viral over negativity. That is literally what I've been partially afraid of, because there's other fears that I have as well putting this content out, and that's probably for videos further down the line. But I just get scared of that, and I'm like, well, maybe if I throw in informative information, right? So I'll go back and I'll give prompts and I'll be like, okay, let me quote this person, because it's not me saying it, it's a quote. And even though I might still do that because it's valid to whatever I'm discussing, it's people want to hear from you though. If people are going to watch you and if you're going to be inspire, you know what I'm saying? Be the inspiration. Don't just quote all these other great people and then be like, yeah, and I'm the one who's giving it to you. You can quote them, but don't just let that be the premise of the video. And that's what I want you guys to take away, that so-and-so said this and they said this and they said that. Done. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the middleman giving it to you guys, right? I get really nervous doing this. And so I push myself to do it though, because I know it's something that I'm scared to do. The first few was fun for me, even though they were informative. It was fun for me. It wasn't I didn't get any anxiety doing it. I wasn't overthinking it before I did it. It was fine. And now I come on here, or just a few days ago and even yesterday, I literally will stay up in my head. I had dreams related to this last night because I overthink so much. I go to bed overthinking. There's not a time where I'm not thinking. That can be dangerous because it can really hold you back in life. It'll hold me back from taking a lot of different risks, and I don't want it to. I don't want the unknown, because I have the fear of the unknown. I don't want my fear to overpower what I can do, right? And what I have the capabilities of doing, but I'll never know, because I won't take the chance, because I'm scared of what I don't know. I'd rather sit there and control the stuff I do know, hence not putting anything out there is in my control, which means no one can say anything, right? But even at that, people will see me and people will walk by, people will have your opinions of you in general, right? I'm still on public platforms. I'm still on Instagram, right? People can say anything about me there. No one is, thank God, but I'm just saying, people have the mediums to do so. It doesn't mean, it's not that where it's not accessible for them. And so, and I see all these, some other YouTubers, and they get hate, and I'm like, wow, in my head, I'm like, yeah, it comes with, the territory. If you can't handle it, get off YouTube. Girl, you get off YouTube then. I'm literally talking to myself saying that, if you can't handle it, get off. But it's actually, in reality, happening for them. I'm anticipating something that may or may not occur and allowing it to hold me back. This is where it comes with rational thinking, and this is where it comes from when I talk to my therapist. And I know she's I told her about my podcast. Guys, I literally was scared of people knowing my YouTube channel. No, let's really deep dive into this, because I have been dropping little hints about it, but I haven't actually discussed it. So I kind of want to discuss it. I'm scared of people knowing me, but I want people to know me. Let that sit. Let that marinate. Do you want people to see this? Do you want to reach people, or do you not? You cannot have it both ways. You can't have it where it's I think I would just want organic growth, right? But in the beginning, unless you're where you've been seen before, you have your OG group, maybe there's certain people that were TikTokers, right? And that's what they did. They did TikTok, and now they started their own YouTube channel. Their TikTok followers followed to their YouTube channel. Therefore, they post one video, and now they already have, let's say if they had 100,000 subscribers on TikTok, followers on TikTok, then now they have like 50K on YouTube because they transferred over as well. So they followed them on TikTok and YouTube. First video already got like 25,000 views because they already had like a public following. You know what I'm saying? And that makes it a little bit like easier as far as like, because the goal to me isn't to get monetized. That is a goal, that's nice, but that's not like my long-term vision for this, right? I have so many like bigger goals in this, and I get nervous that I'm not going to get there because it's finding a niche. Everyone tells you find a niche, find a niche, find a niche. And I'm like, what's my niche? Well, I like creating self-improvement videos, right? I like talking a lot, but I like entertainment as well. I like creating entertaining videos that actually, because I am like a bubbly person. Like I do like to like just jitter around and do stuff, right? And I'm like, but I like creating my vlogs and taking throughout my day and doing stuff like that. So what's my niche? Can all three be my niche? Kai, do you need to just choose one? Do I need to start creating vlogs to do this? Do I need to start doing this to do vlogs? It's like, it's too much. It becomes too much mush in here where I get to a point where you get stuck and I start thinking about the negative, because now I'm stuck. I'm not actually doing anything, putting anything out there, but I'm also like, I don't want to put anything out there because now I'm scared of what might happen if I don't do this, or if I switch it, or if like, I'm scared of the viewer. Oh my gosh, my last video got 100 views. Yay. Oh, this video only got 9. I'm doing something wrong, right? People don't like me anymore. They're not watching me anymore. Like, I'm not going to be able to like achieve the goals that I want in a certain time frame. Like all this overthinking when it's literally a numbers game. Some videos might have the 300, 400, 500 views, and other might have the 10, 20 views, right? But you still reach 10, 20 people. You know what I'm saying? There's still 10 to 20 people that enjoyed your content or that watch your content versus, yes, the 500. So it's like, it just depends, but we'll never get there, right? We'll never allow that chance for growth if you just allow it to like keep you stagnant and to keep you paralyzed. If I can sing in public in these places and it doesn't bother me, and I'm not a singer, guys. I do not claim to be a singer, okay? At all. I just enjoyed the art of singing and I like singing, right? And if I can do that and not care about what people think about me, guys, I do not care what people think about me when I start singing. You want to know why? Because it's something I know I'm not good at. That's why. When it comes to dancing, it is something that I'm like, I know that I can dance. I know that I'm a dancer, but that criticism from other people hits a lot heavier for me. And it's because maybe it's a confidence thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing where because I grew up in a competitive realm, I'm used to the criticism anyway of how you need to fix this, you need to fix this, you need to fix this, you need to be better at this, you need to do this, you need to do that. You're not flexible enough. You don't know how to do the left side, so I'm taking you out this part. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of like attack, which were their dance teachers. That's what they're there to do, to like, you know, make it look good for the competition. So I get the why of it. It's just, it doesn't help as far as self-esteem or building confidence in dancing unless you're that person. If you that girl, if you was that girl that dance, I don't know if you can relate to me. And honestly, snaps for you, because I was never that girl that dance, and I want to talk about that probably in another episode, but I just know I was never that girl when it came to dance. But when it comes to singing, I do not care, because I'm like, I don't claim to be a singer, so I just do this for the fun of it. I just enjoy it, so I don't really care. But when it comes to telling people like, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and I know I need to promote myself, because who else is gonna do it if you don't do it for you, right? Why would I want other people to believe in me? Or there's so many people that will believe in me, but I don't even believe in myself that I can do it. What are we supposed to do? That's like when someone's in a poor relationship and you're telling them to get out of it because they deserve better, but they don't see it and they don't want better. What can you do? There's nothing you can do until they see it, until they make the active decision to leave it and to go, you know, be by themselves, heal, and then go get better or whatever. there's nothing you can do about it. And that's how it is for me. It's like, until you believe it, until you see it, because I have a vision, but until I start believing in that vision and start sharing it, right? And like confidently, not, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. Like, no, I have a YouTube channel. It's Kaya Smith. You should follow me. You should watch my videos. You want to know why? Because I get scared that I'm going to see those people again and that they're going to have criticism about the video I put out. I have to be completely honest with you guys. That is a fear of mine. When I had went to the mall and these girls was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to subscribe. And I was like, thank you. I got scared. Like, I was appreciative, of course, but I was so fearful because I was like, can I come back in this store and show my face again? What if they watch my videos and they realize it's something that they don't like, or that like I'm saying stuff that's not like aligned with them, or that it's like very controversial? Like, what happens if I do that? So like, I don't know. You're not going to please everyone when it comes to this. And I'm the first person to tell someone stop being a people pleaser. But it sounds like you kind of want to, like, I don't want to say please people, but you kind of want people to be pleased. You know what I'm saying? Like, with your content 100% of the time. And it's not because I'm trying to put out people pleaser content. It's that I would like them to receive it and be pleased with my content. Does that make sense? All the time. And that's not realistic. I put out my vlogs and everything, and I'll share them, and I like my vlogs. And there's nothing that I have in there that's like, oh my gosh, you need to take that down. That's so like taboo. It's like, oh my gosh, just no, that is not going to be received well. Kaya, take that down. The stuff, but I'm second guessing something I'm editing right now. I'm second guessing it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I said that this person took too long to do this. Oh my gosh, like, are they gonna like hate me now? Am I gonna be like fired from there? Can I not do this? And it's like, why all the anxiety? Why all the overthinking of it, of something that has not happened just yet? And so I go down these spirals in my head, and I've been going down these spirals for a long time now in my life. And they're detrimental. Like, they really are. They keep my anxiety high, okay? They keep my stress level high. They keep me from doing stuff that I actually enjoy doing. And I allow myself to be stuck. I just do. I allow myself to be stuck in a place where it's like I'm not even motivated to do anything. The only way where it's easier for me to get more motivated is when I have deadlines or an authoritative figure tells me you need to do this. For example, if my father tells me to do something, I'll get up and do it. You should have known you was going to be doing that. How old are you? Do it, right? And that's not all the time. I'm talking about when there's something I really, really, really am like dreading on doing, like something with my car or something. Like, I just don't be feeling like it, right? Or when it comes to these deadlines with this homework, why are you waiting until the deadline to do the homework? Do it. You have a whole week. It had went out a week before. Get the homework done. I did do better with this though. Last week, I pushed myself to do it because I wasn't understanding why I was getting so stuck. Like, and I love coming on here and doing this for you guys. I never, like, when I'm like, I'm gonna record a video, I just record the video. It's me thinking about when I'm editing and when I'm going to upload it, if I should upload it. That's the problem. It's not the fact that I'm like, I don't know if I should record. I always want to record. I really do. I wake up thinking about recording, but it's once I start editing and I start watching it back to back, realize, guys, I get tired. When you edit your own stuff, you kind of get tired of hearing you. You kind of get tired of like watching certain clips. You kind of get tired of it. And I start being like, I'm sick of hearing this. I'm about to delete this whole entire clip. It's a 10-minute clip. I'm about to delete it because I'm sick of hearing it. But everyone else hasn't heard it. They're going to hear it that one time. If they really like you like that in that video, maybe 2 times. You're the only one that's had to watch it over 100 times to edit it to get it to be seamless, And so it just gets to a certain point where I just feel like, what am I going to do? Like, should I go be on these like other things? Or it's like the Jubilee videos. I've been watching a lot of Jubilee videos and like this versus this versus this. I love those kind of videos. I love hearing other people's perspectives and their outlooks. But I'm like, would I go in there? Sure. But then I get scared that I'm going to say the wrong thing when I'm there. I'm scared that, oh my gosh, what if I say this and that someone else says that? And I'm like, oh yeah, I meant that. Like, or like, because it's on the internet. If this was not going to be on the internet, if this was just a one-on-one conversation or a group discussion, I would not be scared like that. I would be able to stand 10 tones down on what I said. But because I'm scared that other people are going to see it and that other people are going to have different perspectives, I get more nervous versus just the people that's in the room. It's a valid, I'm not saying that this isn't valid, right? I'm saying the fact that it's like, I'm okay with everything I'm saying today. So it's not saying that I'm like, oh, then Kaya, because you're scared of what people will say, then you're fake. You kind of just like change your words based on who you're around and everything. And you kind of just change up, to satisfy the people or what you might think might satisfy them. And it's like, no, I don't change because of that. It's just I might stay quiet instead because I'm like, I feel like it's not my turn. Like it's out of my range and I really shouldn't be speaking on this. Or I am trying to find the right words and I don't have them yet. So I'm going to be quiet. But I also just get scared of being myself because I've been told that I'm this person, I'm that person. I'm like, I'm not that person though. I'm really not. I've worked on not being that person. But because people already have a belief that I am this person, sometimes it makes you want to go to being back the bad guy, and which I'm never going to do. But I'm just saying, in the back of my mind, I'm like, if you already believe I'm that person, then why not? And it's like, that's very like weak to me, it's very like an excuse. And so I'm like, that we're not going to have that, Kaya. And I'm trying my best to get out of that more and more and more, guys. I've always been like this. Like I said, when I was younger, I do not feel like this is putting my best foot forward. And I am a put your best foot forward kind of person. That's why I'm really hard on myself. That's why I'll stay up late doing these videos and editing and doing my homework late, because I'm a procrastinator, yes, but also I want to put my best foot forward all the time. I don't want to see anyone see me where it's like, that wasn't my best. I was at my worst during that time. But I thought you want to be realistic. So when it comes to being on my channel, I do want to be realistic, whether my best foot is forward or, my second to best foot is forward, right? When it comes to my homework though, guys, I got to put my best foot forward all the time. It's literally what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, college is like what I'm trying to pass so I can go into my profession. So I do believe you should be putting your best foot forward all the time when it comes to college. That is out of the question for me. But when it comes to something like this, and I'm choosing to have a transparent, right, brand, that's what I'm trying to build on. Be transparent then. Be vulnerable then. Show that it's okay to do this, because I want to allow and tell people that it's okay to do this. There's plenty of other people doing it. Once again, this isn't like a new thing that I just created. This has been going on for a few years now, right? I'm just on a smaller scale of things. It's not on a grand scheme just yet. And I'm scared once it gets to that grand scheme, people are going to have their thoughts. Girl, people having their thoughts right now. People who don't even know you or that just walk by you are having their thoughts. It's fine. But because I always thought people was talking about me, and my mom used to always be like, girl, no one's talking about you. Like, no one's talking about you. And I'm like, but she's looking at me. When it be them people where it's like, they're like watching and then they look to their friend and then they talk to their friend and then they go back and they give you that eye. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't talk about people either when I was younger and about their dance. I used to do my little snicker too. So how you want people not to be snickering? This is what I'm talking about. It's giving hypocrite. It's giving, yeah, I was a kid though. So it's like, okay, kids do stuff like that. But it's also just, who cares? But I was very unconfident with what I was presenting and bringing to the table. So it was very easy for someone to tear me down. Someone could be like, that was bad. And I'd be like, ugh. Like, that would hurt my soul. Now I've become a lot more confident. I still have my days, guys, where I'm like, I'm not good. Comparison is really the thief of all joy. I know we've heard that. It's very saturated in this, but it's true though. It really is true. I would say comparison, but also me being the fear of the unknown to me is also a thief of my joy as well. Because I can't control it and I don't know what's going to happen, I won't do something. I'll say it's what gets me stuck. It's giving quicksand, and I don't know how to get out of it, and I don't know how to push past it. And yeah, but the only thing I can think to do to get past it is to keep going, is to keep doing this, is to literally do it. That's how you get past this. Kind of like exposure therapy in a way. It's like you just keep doing it or keep being exposed to it. And so you'll just move past. But it has put me in certain discouraging places where I'm like, I don't even I want to film, but I don't want to film this because I'm scared of what people will say, or I'm scared of how this will turn out. And I don't want to be, I don't want that to occur. So yeah, I think that's kind of where my head has been at, guys, as far as like just my overthinking. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's kind of there's probably pros and cons to it, right? But I feel like for the most part, it's something that I try to be like, okay, I'm thinking about this. Let me switch my gears. I will overthink situations that happened 10 plus years ago. 10 plus years ago that I wish I did better. I'll feel guilty about certain stuff I did a long time ago. What's happening? And it's keeping me in a mental space. And so I think I just need to forgive myself for doing that stuff. I don't know if those people have forgiven me. And if they, have, I appreciate that. If they haven't, forgive me. But it's really more so just I need to forgive myself for doing that. Really pray about it. I try not to just sit there and fault myself, but once again, I fault myself for stuff when I was 6 years old, and I'm like, bad Kaya. You were 6. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. And that is something I've been trying to work on, is when I find myself in that overthinking, in that loop of stuff, I need to give myself grace and allow yourself to be human and for it to be okay, because you're not an evil person. You're not a bad person. You're not mean-spirited. You're not any of these things, right? And people will throw adjectives at you all day and try to hope that you fit that narrative and try to be like, yes, you are this. There's nothing you can do about it. And you need to be like, there's something I can do about it. Like, this isn't going to be my story. This isn't going, or it's part of the story, right? But that chapter is closed. This isn't going to be my forever and ever, So that's what I hope that I can share with you guys, is that if you are an overthinker like me and you tend to beat yourself up about situations from long ago or current situations that are happening now, or you're anxious for the future, because that's where anxiety stems from, is the fear of the future or something that you think might like happen in the future. If you feel like you're in that position, I do encourage you to either, like, I think everyone should just be in therapy. So I'm always going to speak on therapy and say that you should do therapy. Also, you can journal. Also, I would say talk to a friend about some of this. Have friends that won't sit there and judge you. Have friends that literally, we listen and we don't judge. They're literally embody that, and they're the epitome of that. I would just talk to a friend and have they assist you as well. If you're religious, get into your religion more. So I give them, right? Like, I'm Christian. I try to go to church. I try to at least listen to church, right? On a weekly basis. Tell myself, like, you deserve this. You deserve this. You deserve the vision that you see for yourself, and you deserve the happiness that you would like. So don't allow yourself to stay stuck in that place and to stay there because you're scared that you won't surpass a certain level, or because other people told you that you can't, or because you are scared that people will tell you that you can't, So all my overthinkers, unite, and let's keep it going. Don't let it keep you stuck. We push on, right? We're going to overthink. That's unfortunately part of us, but how do we proceed? How do we keep it, pushing in a forward direction, right? We're trying to overcome it, surpass, get past this part of our life. So that's all I have to say, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. I do not have a K-Buzz this week because, like I said, this was just coming from my head and my heart. That's it. So I didn't want to, once again, like, prompt anything, write anything down. So I hope you guys did appreciate this. And if you like this video or these kind of videos, my podcast, if you've been enjoying it here, please leave a big thumbs up and also subscribe. I am going to be coming to other podcast platforms soon. I am working on that, guys. So super excited about that. And make sure you follow me at life.of.kai to stay updated with everything, because I literally will keep you guys updated on that Instagram. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys, and I will see you next time.